Fortunately or unfortunately, that 0.1% put me into an engineering seat.
How much marks did you get in 10th?
Physics, chemistry and maths, you had to get 50%. So in these three subjects, I had got 50.1. So fortunately or unfortunately, that 0.1% put me into an engineering seat.
Your first job was working in...
McDonald's.
But why McDonald's?
You know that the whole 1 year I ate only Maggie. You try to sleep on the bed at 4 o'clock and you are not getting sleep. You pray God saying that please give me sleep. Pet care shouldn't be so expensive. So that's when I thought about building a product or a brand which is affordable with good quality.
Would you get into the space if you had nothing?
No. Pet industry, to be frank, there is no loyal customer as such. See, most of the brands are available everywhere. So whoever gives the most discount, people will go buy it from them.
So whom are you competing with?
See, we are not competing with anybody.
Welcome to the Pizza Family Podcast, a show where we dive into the latest trends, news and stories in the pet industry. Each episode, we talk to industry experts, founders and pet lovers. Together, we explore ideas, innovations and real stories that are shaping the future of pet care. Basically, everything for pet lovers from pet lovers. I'm your host Anil Reddy. I'm so glad you're here. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's jump into today's episode.
Today's guest is someone whose journey is truly inspiring, from starting with a humble background in Bangalore to building one of India's leading pet retail brands. It's a story full of learnings, and I'm pretty sure this will inspire many of you who are thinking about entering the pet care space. Let me introduce Manjunath Reddy, the founder of Pet Warehouse and a passionate pet lover. He's also a serial entrepreneur with ventures across countries. Over the years, he's worked on everything from pet boarding and training, and now making pet healthcare more affordable and accessible through clinics and at-home consultations. Manjunath is also someone very special to me personally. We have known each other for years and even lived in New Zealand together. In fact, he is one who introduced me to the pet industry, and a big part of my journey started because of him. This episode, we spoke about everything from brand building and the entrepreneurial journey to some truly touching moments from Manjunath's life that shaped his mission. This is one of the most raw and educational conversations I've had, where I learned so much about the realities of growing a pet-focused venture in India. So without further delay, let's jump into this interesting episode. Welcome Manjunath to Pizza Family, and glad and very happy to have you here.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you very much.
So I have a lot of questions, okay, and I know the answers also. You are my dear friend. But still, I want this episode to inspire people about your journey. I'll start with your journey in a nail quarters in Bangalore.
Yeah.
Your house was, I know your house, very small house. In that, you wanted to get all the pups from the street, and your mother was against it. Tell me your story from there.
My name is Manjunath, and I'm the founder of Pet Warehouse and Pets First Hospitals. Nice. So I'm coming back to your question about NL quarters days. Yes, the house probably was smaller than this room. You would agree or not, I think. So this journey of pets was there from very, very early. I was probably 6 years old when I got a pup from a street. You know, there were a lot of street dogs in NL, and one of the dogs had littered about 10 pups, and I picked up one pup and got home. That was the first beating I got from my mom for getting a pup into the house. So she had her reasons, because see, economically we were not well off. We didn't have space at home.
Either you or the dog inside the house.
Yes. So of course I had to choose myself. and this thing about the dogs didn't go away from me at all. So as I grew, I used to get dogs. I used to, you know, if I see an injured dog, I used to get them at least into my balcony, and you know, do whatever I can as a 10-year-old, whatever I could put like a turmeric on it or whatever I could do, and I left it. But in my house it was very clear that I can't have a pet at home. So this always stayed with me, saying that I will grow up one day, and when I grow up, I will make enough money so that I'll have a bigger house and keep a dog at home. This is how my ambition was. This was my what do you say, goal of my life is go build a house big enough to have a pet inside it. This is how it started.
I've witnessed this. I know NL. I lived there for almost 11, 12 years in NL. My mom, mother, and your father used to work in NL. So to give audience what NL quarters is, right? It's basically kitchen and a room. That's it. That's it. Nothing. And in that room, I still remember that litter, the dog litter you're talking about. You wanted to get all 6 pups inside the house, and I remember your mom beating you also for that.
So as I said, so from there, my professional journey started off in New Zealand actually.
Okay, so, how much marks did you get in 10th?
See, that's a question for... See, I'm pretty open about it. See, I was a very, very bad student. Everybody knows about it. Whoever knows me...
But my mom used to say, look at Manju, he studies so well.
I don't know how. I don't know why they gave my example, The reason I'll tell you. See, people have got less marks. People have not studied. For me, that was not it. In up to 6th or 7th standard, I didn't even know what subject I was studying. Was it math, or was it science, or was it social? Everything looked the same to me. It was like that Tare Zameen Par thing, everything was the same. And from there, my mom's aspiration was, if he becomes like a cab driver, an auto driver, he's successful. At least he will he'll earn for himself and feed his family. That was the expectation my mother had, that if he goes to 10th standard, even if he fails 10th standard, he can become an auto driver or a cab driver. That is the expectation I had set. Saying that this is what is the maximum I can do. So from there to masters in mechanical engineering in University of Auckland, it was like a dream. People say dream big. Actually, this is not even a dream. Nobody even dreamt that I will pass 10th standard. So imagine...
You still haven't answered my question. How much did you get in 10th?
Okay, I got 3rd class.
Third class, wow.
And this continued in 2nd P also, I got 3rd class. And somehow, during those days in CET, right, you have to get 50% at least to get into an engineering seat. You know how much, and I got 3rd class, but it is a combination of PCM, yes, physics, chemistry and maths. You had to get 50%. So in these 3 subjects, I had got 50.1. So fortunately or unfortunately, the 0.1% put me into an engineering seat.
Wow.
And that's how I got into engineering and after that, I got into 3 colleges. So first college was in AMC college. I did my telecommunication engineering there for a month. And then the second college was MVJ. I did my computer science engineering for a day. Third one was Dayanand Sagar, where I did my mechanical engineering. You can see how...
You completed mechanical
I completed mechanical engineering 4 years. So this was my idea of what I have to be. That I have no idea. I didn't know nothing about telecom, nothing about computer science, nothing about mechanical. But whatever I got, I went on. Somebody said, this college is good, you go there. Okay, I took that. And that's how I completed my mechanical engineering. And later, even that, it was not like that I did, like I came to my senses and I did something. But fortunately, I didn't have any bags. The reason why I didn't have any bags was I had to rewrite it. And I had to rewrite it a subject at a time where you have one subject in the morning and second subject in the evening. So the fear of that made me study and pass those subjects. That's it. Nothing about that I want to do great in my life and I'll become a scientist or whatever. Nothing. Just that fear of not writing 2 subjects on the same day made me pass all those subjects. So from there, unfortunately, I couldn't get into any of the placements. So I did go back to NAL. I did 1 year of internship there.
1 year of internship.
1 year of internship.
Back then, internships 1-2 years, right?
Yeah. So even after that, I couldn't get a job. So
do they pay in NAL for internship?
Yeah, they pay about 10,000 rupees a month.
Wow.
Back then. Back then, yeah. So it was good. I learned a lot. The only thing that I remember in NAL is everybody going promptly for tea and lunch breaks. That is what happened the whole 1 year. They used to say, tea time, lunch time. That's all. I could have probably, if they had the same dedication in work, we would probably beat NASA. I'm sure. Because they were so dedicated about tea and lunch times, So from there, then I thought, what else I can do? So somebody suggested me that, you can go abroad and study. And this came to my idea of, abroad. I have, the scenes you see in movies, right? Beaches. I mean, I should say this or not. Girls, whatever, those scenic shots of everything. That came into my mind. I said, no, I have to do this. I will go to foreign. And I think you know this story. I don't have to tell you this, and my neighbor was Anil. So your mom said, why don't you try New Zealand? So I thought, okay, New Zealand. The only thing I knew about New Zealand was a cricket team. And I thought it was somewhere near Europe. So in the map I was searching where was New Zealand. Then I came to know that it was something near the southern Pacific Ocean. And I was fixed because I knew a person there. I have to go to New Zealand, and this Kahona Pair Hai movie and all those things about it was shot there, and this beautiful place, beautiful beaches. I have to go there.
Wait, now financially you were not stable.
Yeah.
Your family couldn't afford giving you education in a foreign country. How did you manage that?
Yeah, I'll tell you that's a good story actually. So see, we didn't have any properties. The bank balance my father would have probably was sufficient only for a month. That is what is the bank balance that he carried all his life, but he was a happy man. But financially we were not well off. We did not have any land to mortgage or anything like that. So what I did is, luckily my aunt, my mom's sister, had helped me out there, and she had given me her papers of her house to pledge in the bank. And we took a loan of 10 lakh rupees. I don't know what confidence she had that I will return this 10 lakh rupees or not. I don't know. But she did say that, okay, you go and study. We'll see what happens. And so we had to pledge her documents and then take a loan of 10 lakh rupees. The fees was 10 lakh rupees. So that is the maximum we took. And we paid the fees. And so off I went to New Zealand. So when I went to New Zealand, the only thing I knew was, okay, New Zealand, I had no idea of how a foreign country looks like, what is those people. I didn't do any research. So this was a Malaysian Airlines flight. I booked the cheapest flight. I didn't know what was a layover. So from here to Malaysia was about 3 hours. So after the airport, they said, your next flight is after 12 hours. I said, what do I do for 12 hours? He said, no, you just be in the airport. I have no money, nothing to eat for 12 hours. I was just roaming around the airport. I didn't even know that you had to carry money, and I thought they said they'll give you food in the plane. So why do you need money? So 12 hours, no food. So I was waiting when the flight will, when they will call. And so I was just sitting just next to the gate. As soon as I go, I'll ask for some,
snacks or
something, some snacks or some this thing. So from there to what I am today is really beautiful. Yeah.
Story.
So then into New Zealand, and I would like to thank Anil, because he was a person who lent me $1,000 when I landed. So that survived me till I got a job in McDonald's. So thank you very much for that. I've told you 101 times, and I will remember.
You are the person that I am sitting here.
No? Otherwise, as I said, I didn't even know where New Zealand was. I thought I still think that it's somewhere near Europe. So thank you very much for that.
I had a similar experience finding out where New Zealand was. I always thought it was somewhere near Europe.
I don't know, somehow because of these white people, right? So every white people would attribute to there.
Nice. Okay. So from mechanical engineering to doing masters in New Zealand, and your first job was working in McDonald's.
Yes.
Wow. Tell me your McDonald's story. But why McDonald's?
See, it is not like why Google or why Microsoft, It is what I got. The same thing. I didn't have an option. It was like, that was the closest to where I stayed, and that was the place where it was open 24/7. See, in the daytime I cannot work because I was on student visa and I had to go to college. The only place that was open 24/7 was a McDonald's, and I took a night shift there. So it was a shift from 10 o'clock in the night to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I used to come back at 6 o'clock in the morning, take a shower, you know that the whole 1 year I ate only Maggie as breakfast. Every day open a packet, cook Maggie and eat. So up to about 7:30 I used to finish my breakfast, pack my bag, go to college. So from college, come back around 4 o'clock. And from 4 to 6, I would say people say, which is the toughest part of your life? Now everything is easy. You know, you come back at 4 o'clock, your shift is at 10 o'clock. You sleep, you try to sleep on the bed at 4 o'clock and you are not getting sleep. You pray God saying that please give me sleep so that at least I can sleep for 5 hours. And then somehow you get some sleep. The toughest part is to wake up at that time. You know, you have only 3 hours of sleep for the whole 24 hours and get up and go to work. That getting up, that motive, that will that you need to have to get up is, I would say, that was the most toughest part of until then.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay, while you were making burgers, cleaning tables in McDonald's, did you ever imagine that you will start something? What was your dream? Your mom wanted you to become a cab driver, and then destiny turned you into an engineer. From there, masters, from there, New Zealand, then back to McDonald's, cleaning tables and making burgers. Did you imagine that you will continue your life making burgers, or?
To be frank, those days, in my McDonald's days, the only thing that I was thinking is, please give me sleep. Give me 2-3 hours of, at least if I get a 6-hour sleep, that was my only thought. I was never thinking about building a company, building pet industry. I forgot about the dog also at that point of time. The only thing that was running in my mind is, please give me 6 hours of sleep and my body some rest. That is the only thing I was thinking about in those days. Because see, going from here, imagine I'm not a good student. You take up your studies. If you fail and come back, you know the situation back here.
10 lakhs gone.
10 lakhs gone, that property also is gone because I can't pay back that money. Right? And imagine the failure I will be. And somehow, I don't know, by God's grace, I passed. I got good marks. I got into a... the lucky part is, I would say the fortunate part is I got into a very, very good company called Fisher and Paykel Healthcare.
Oh, Fisher and Paykel.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest company in New Zealand. You can Google it. So I got into that company into research and development of medical devices in laparoscopic surgical equipments. So I think that changed my life. So until then, I would say my life was really, really, hard in this thing. Fisher and Paykel, it is like how before America considers pre-9/11 and post-9/11. So this is something similar.
Pre-COVID and post-COVID.
yeah. Something similar. Pre-Fisher and Paykel and post-Fisher and Paykel. So my life really improved after that. I really got into a very good job. I got married. And then...
were you financially stable then?
In Fisher and Paykel, yes. I had a good life.
You cleared the loans?
Definitely.
Student loan.
See, the student loan, to be frank, I cleared it before I went into a job. You know how? This 5 to 10, I told you, right? I worked in a Pizza Hut also.
Wow.
So 5 o'clock, Pizza Hut, I go change my shirt because the pant is the same, black pant and black shoes. Change the shirt, put the McDonald's shirt, work till morning. So I made enough money to clear off my student loan even before I started an actual job.
Does the government allow you to do so much?
See, only in the vacation period. Vacation period, you're allowed to work 80 hours.
For students, there's a limited hours,
Yeah,
right?
otherwise it's 20 hours.
20 hours.
20 hours a week that you can work.
I think unless academically you're doing good, they don't interfere.
No, to be frank, with the visa policies, it is printed on your visa saying that only 20 hours a week you can work.
Yeah.
So from that, financially, I was very... I didn't have any problems after that. I rented a good house and we had a family. So I did work with Fisher and Paykel for 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah, I worked into a very good company. I still miss that company. It's a very good company. So I worked there for 7 years.
I have heard that you used to fix phones while working in Fisher and Paykel.
Yes.
But why fix phones when you had such a good job?
See, it's not fixing phones. I have a love for gadgets. So even during my childhood days also, if something goes wrong with the TV, those colors used to come in those black and white TV. So going and trying to fix that. So this fixing of gadgets was always there. So in Fisher and Paykel, right? So if something goes wrong, some gadget goes wrong, people used to get it to me, saying that, can you please fix this? This thing is not working. My speaker is not working. And then I used to Google it. Fortunately at that time YouTube was available and there was content on how to fix these things. So I used to watch that and then fix these things. And this passion converted into business.
Oh.
So in the span of 3 years, we went from working in a garage in my house to opening 20 stores in New Zealand. So across New Zealand.
Fixing gadgets.
20
stores in New Zealand.
20 stores in New Zealand.
From dreaming of getting 6 hours of sleep, then finishing your masters, working in McDonald's and Pizza Hut and Fisher and Paykel for 7 years, and then fixing phones, then 20 centers.
Yeah.
Then everything is so good, financially good, life is good, got married, settled in New Zealand. What made you come back to India?
Yeah. So once we got into 20 stores, right, we were at the height of our success. So we got the best emerging business from Air New Zealand. Financially, we were very good. We were doing great numbers, and still, I felt that New Zealand is a very small market. It's a very saturated market. There is nothing after that. So imagine in Karnataka, right? So you have 50 centers of something. You get saturated. New Zealand is even more smaller. New Zealand has a population of 45 lakh people, and after 20 stores, I didn't know like what else can I do here. And I have 2 kids. So to be frank, that was also another decision why I had to come back, or I made a decision to come back. Saying they had to study in New Zealand or they had to study in India. I can't do half and half. I can't let them start education there and then stop midway and then get them here. And this was also a major part, and the saturation part of the New Zealand market also is another part where we decided, okay, no, we'll wrap up. I still have a business there. I still have a business partner who runs it. And but I decided to wrap it up and come back to India.
Yep.
So that's how we came back to India. That was a major 2 factors why we came back to India. And even after I came back, I didn't think, I had a very open mind of people who have many ideas saying that, I'll go there and I'll do this, I'll do that, and have a very big plans. I have 0 plans. I had 0 plans. I said that I'll go with an open mind. Financially I was good. I didn't have to work. I could live off my life. So I didn't bother about the financial part of it. I thought I'll keep an open mind, come back to India, see what I can do, find an opportunity. Or if there is a problem to solve, or if nothing is to be solved, I just live my life. That is how the open mind I had, and I came back. So once I came back to India, the first thing I did is I built a house. That dream of mine, that childhood dream of mine, came back to me saying I built a big 5-bedroom house, and then I bought a small plot of land for farming as well. So that's when Chippy got introduced to me. So she is a German Shepherd.
There's an interesting story how you got Chippy, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us about it?
So this is in 2020, I think. That's when I was looking for a pet. So I didn't know which is the platform to go to, to buy a pup or look for a breeder, or I didn't know. There was no platform as such. And then I was just going through Facebook, and there was this one pet that caught my eye for adoption, saying, this is there, and they will have to give it away. And that was a 1-year-old German Shepherd. A female 1-year-old German Shepherd. And she's not like an extremely very good quality dog as per the standards or anything like that. She was a normal dog, but something in her, I felt like, no, this is the dog I should get. I didn't see which location, or I started communicating with him, and he said, yes, he will be able to drop off the dog. And he asked for a certain amount for the transportation of the dog. And that's when I realized that the dog is in Vellore. And I had seen the dog, so I had made up my mind that I'll get this dog. So I didn't. It was
1-year-old.
1-year-old German Shepherd. So I said, okay, fine, I'll pay you X amount and
for the travel.
For the travel. and I was waiting outside my house. I probably called him 10 times before, from the time he's left, and he didn't pick up the phone. I didn't know, that time I thought like he's taken the money and gone off. But then later on, he called me back and says that I'm here in front of your house. When I went, I was expecting a cab or a car or at least an auto, you know. But there you see a red eyes looking guy, one more guy with red eyes. Center, there is a dog. You know what he came up? He came from Vellore to Bangalore on a two-wheeler, keeping the dog in between. I felt really bad for the dog and him also. You know, driving so long in traffic, in highways. And he's come, finally the dog came to me and she saw me like this. Then that was the initial connect that I had with her. Till now, that connect is still there. And she has the same connect to me. No matter how many people have come to her life, she's always had that connect to me, and she considers me as that special person. Maybe because she wanted to get away with that journey of Vellore to here on a two-wheeler or whatever. That connect is there. She's my favorite pet. I have over 20 dogs now.
You have 20 dogs?
Yeah, most of them in my farm. But this,
it's like a dream come true.
Yeah,
right?
This is my special dog. I have imported dogs, everything, but no dog has come close to her. She's my favorite.
Now, beautiful house, family settled, and a pet also. What got you into the pet industry?
Yeah, so
because
that is
from electronics, and how did you even get into this pet industry?
Yeah, so until that point of time, I had no idea that there is something called pet industry. Zero. I had never visited a pet hospital. I had never visited a pet shop. I didn't know that pet shop existed also. So forget about me getting into the pet industry. So just because of Chippy. So the visits to the store, like for getting her treats, getting her food, getting her toys, getting her collars, leashes. So this visits to the pet store increased for me. And that's where I realized that the pet care in India is so expensive. The products, most of the products are imported. Everything is done in manufactured in France or Italy or US. So there is no manufacturers. Now there is rules, but at that point of time there was nothing, and very expensive. This is when the idea of Pet Warehouse was born, saying that pet care shouldn't be so expensive. So that's when I thought about building a product or a brand which is affordable with good quality. So coming to products, we will build products which is of very good quality and market it at a normal middle class family because if you look at the Indian market, there is a market for a very premium. Pet care is premium. So if you go for a premium you have heads up for tails. If you go into a store, first time I went to a store, I thought it was some 5-star hotel. I said like people are walking around and seeing, what do you want? So it was very overwhelming for me. So this is also a reason why we in our stores we have not kept it like a 5-star hotel. It is for the common person who can go there, buy what they want, and get the best discounts.
How did the Pet Warehouse start?
Yeah. So Pet Warehouse.
So you realized that
this thing was expensive, and that is when I started doing some research on how can I make it more affordable for the common man, because the rich, they don't care, they can pay. This common man thing is what stuck into my eyes, my mind, and this is the model I wanted to work. This is where there was the time when D-Mart was coming up in India, that middle segment. So we wanted to build something for that middle segment, right? Have a pet store for the middle segment, right? So you buy in bulk, you pass on those discounts to the end customer. You have good manufacturers. You manufacture good products. You give it at an affordable price. So this is how Pet Warehouse was started. And this is how we did our, first thing what I did was, I wanted to challenge myself. So we put our first store next to a Heads Up for Tail store in Indranagar. Even now it is there, you can go have a look at it. We wanted to prove that model, saying that if you have a good affordable store, it can beat a very well established store as well. This concept of D-Mart, I wanted to prove it from that store. Now, even now, it is our highest grossing store. You know, at one point, the competitor store was doing about 30 lakhs a month. Now they're doing about 6 lakhs a month. So we've taken that 24 lakh thing into this thing. So that model shows me that, you know, this is a workable model.
Fantastic.
So that's how that pilot study was done, and now we've got, from one store we have about 5 stores now.
Like Indranagar is a prime location. How expensive was it for you to start your first store?
See,
Did you have any fear that you're getting into a domain? I know financially you were a little sorted. Would you get into this space if you had nothing?
No. See, pet industry, to be frank, is a cutthroat industry. There is no loyal customer as such. See, most of the brands are available everywhere. So whoever gives the most discount, people will go buy it from them. So this I didn't understand then. But my this thing was, I can do this. So if I lose also, I'm not losing much on it. As I said, like I was financially okay. I lose. So that is how I started this. And for domain knowledge, I had another business partner. So he helped me out in procuring the products and everything. So he was already in the market for the last 5 years. So he knew what the market was. So that's how we started Pet Warehouse in Indranagar. And from there, it's become 5 stores. And hopefully, like Technofix, it will grow into many, many, many more stores, which we are. Our next store is coming up soon.
Fantastic. What a journey, Manjunath. From your mom dreaming of you becoming a cab driver to opening a pet store in Indranagar. Indranagar is the prime location in Bangalore. Now, tell me, how long did it take for you to set up your first store? From the day you decided that you will set up a pet store.
See, most of the time was in research, right? I did a lot of research. I wanted to partner in with someone who had already domain knowledge in it, because that was the most crucial thing. So from the time I thought about this idea, for it to come into a physical store, it took about 8 months.
8 months. Wow.
Yeah, 8 months. And I would say, if your pet store, if you're going to do a one-off pet store, and you want to sit in that pet store and work on it, it's a good thing. But if you want to do a pet store and ask somebody else to run it, only one store, and then you go do something else, it will not work.
It will not work. Good. Very good. Very nice.
So this is the insights I have had.
So you sat in the pet store every day?
Yeah, for the first 6 months, I was in the pet store every day. No matter if customer comes, my work people come, nothing. I was there in the store because I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn what is this market. So the next point was me to get into manufacturing. So I wanted to meet people. I wanted to meet the industry people for distribution. Is it a good thing? What is the best thing to manufacture? So I wanted to understand the market. That is why I sat in the store for 6 months every day.
So in such a prime location, what budget should one have to open a pet store?
See,
including rentals, logistics?
It depends on the size of the store you want to open. I would say the ideal store is about 1,200 square feet.
1,200
The reason is you need a grooming area.
So grooming is compulsory for every store, right?
See, it is an add-on. It is your highest margin product, that is.
Grooming.
So,
is it easy to find groomers?
It is not very easy to find groomers, but they're available.
They're available, okay.
Right? So, but a grooming, I would say, if you're opening a pet store, is a must, because it will, the funding, the money that you generate from it can take care of the store. So you don't have to put extra money into
including the rentals.
Including the rental and the salaries.
Oh, wow.
The rest is your profit. So grooming is a must. So you need about 200 square feet of area for grooming, preferably. The rest is for the store. So you need a reception place that people will bill and the rest everything. So ideally, it's about 1,200 square feet is what I have done. We tried to open a bigger store, but it didn't work. People don't need a very big store. We thought we'll open a very big experience center, have more product, but that more product and this thing, I felt...
You can't do something like D-Mart or Decathlon as big as that?
See, you have to provide a full service. I'll tell you why. We are doing that. We are doing something similar in Hosur now.
Hosur,
So we are building an experience center. So what we'll have there is we'll have a store, we'll have a hospital, we'll have a swimming pool, we'll have a training area, we'll have a play area,
Wow.
and a hospital. So it's a whole package. So we want to try this model also and see. And this will become like the Decathlon. See, when Decathlon came first to India, it was not about just having a store with products. They had some outdoor area for them to play or practice or anything. So this is how we want to build this experience center, and hopefully it will work. And if this works, we will replicate this in every other city.
So how long did it take for you to break even your first store? Does shops break even?
See, break even is you won't. There is two things. Is breaking even is that you're not putting any more money into the company.
Okay.
Or
It's a self-sustaining.
yeah, so it will take minimum 6 months. Minimum 6 months. But if you're an owner operated, it can become even more earlier, where you are the only person who is sitting in the store and you don't have any staff.
Okay.
But if you are having staff and but you should have staff, I would say, because otherwise your life is tied up 9:30 to 9:30. You're sitting in the store only. So if you, it will take about 6 months. After 6 months, when you'll start seeing profits. And it is not that it will grow after about 2 years. I would say that is the saturation point of that store. So you will reach to a point where, for example, I will give this figure, maybe 25 lakhs a month. We've experienced this in 3-4 stores of us.
25 lakhs a month with margins?
Margins gross about 20%.
20%.
Right? So 25 lakhs is when you will break even. That means you have saturated that part of the market where you have captured most of the pet parents there. They're coming to your store. There is nothing more to this. So this will, and this is after that. It is what we have seen is a flat line. We are not. There is no significant growth after you hitting that saturation point. So that is why you need more locations. So instead of you putting all your energy in from 25 lakhs to 25 lakh 500, 25 lakh 25.5 lakh, instead of doing that, you put your effort in opening new locations.
Multi-stores. Okay.
Right? So do hyper local marketing there, improve those stores rather than just having one store. It is saturated. I've seen stores that are there for 20 years and they're saturated at that point. So if you want to have growth and multiply your revenues, the only way I see is opening more locations. And that is why we are focused on.
And which year was this when you opened your first store?
The first store was 2021.
In 2020 to 25, 5 stores?
21.
In 4 years, 5 stores?
Yes, 2021 end December. So I would say 2022.
From 22 to 25 mid, that's about, in 3 years, 5 stores.
5 stores and 2 hospitals.
And 2 hospitals. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll come to the hospital now. So tell me about the next couple of stores. How fast did you scale? And what are the challenges?
Yeah. So we did a lot of ironing out in the first year. So
you were alone trying to do all this stuff?
Yes. For the first part, yes. And then later on, I pitched this idea to Kruti. So the first 1 year was just myself. I had some staff as well, but after that, I pitched this idea to Kruti, and I told her this is the problem that exists. And
the scaling to multi-store.
Scaling to multi-store, plus this is the problem of the pet industry, that there is no middle segment available. And she believed in that idea that there is no middle segment as such, only the premium or the very low. And she also wanted, and she believed in that idea and the passion that I had. And she's a part of that journey from there on. So she works mostly into marketing and accounts. So she's if without her, probably I cannot function now. It's become to that extent that she takes care of all that. But coming back to the point of scaling. So first year, the biggest problems we had was, for example, grooming. I didn't know how many groomings were happening in a day because I was not, after a certain point, I was not there. So I had to look at every slip that they have written. What is it? How many groomings have done? So there is, for me to scale, in which direction I have to scale was like a question. So that is when probably I spoke to you about, there is nothing in the pet industry, and for a management thing. For example, even a good inventory management software is not available. There were so many bugs, so many issues with it. So and I tried to build it myself. So the challenge was, do I run a store or build a software? So that is when I thought, okay, please somebody come and solve this issue. So that is how Happy Pet came into
I'll
this.
pause you here. I look at the camera and say that this is the point I got into this space. So Manjunath mentioned about the challenges in the software, and we started building that, and that's when the Happy Pet happened.
Yeah.
So please continue. I'm just using this to promote my thing.
No. It is truly, if it is something that is not useful, I wouldn't bring it up here. But it's definitely helped us. It has helped us. For example, you look at my phone, I can show it to you. I just go in and have a look at how many groomings I've done in the last 6 months, and how many repeat customers have I got. If somebody who's been repeat and is not come back to me, I have that data also, so that we call them up and say, what was the issue that you have not come back to us. So in that way, it has built us, it has given us a lot of clarity in terms of scaling also. Even with the inventory management software, it has given us a good handle on what stocks we carry and what is the forecast we should do. So in that way, it's definitely helped us. And then this tech part being sorted, the other part was financials.
Okay.
So we pitched it to another couple, Ravi and Kavita.
Oh, the founders of Upstocks.
Founders of Upstocks, and
Such a big company agreed to.
yeah, so we had some
That is Kruti's
friendly
connection.
connections there. That is how this happened, Kruti's connections. Yes, so we...
That was in the news, right?
Yeah, that was in the news there. So imagine me being a cab driver from there. If you look at... I saw one movie I would like to tell this story. If you've seen Gajni movie, there they'll say, economic times le article படிச்சிருக்கிறேன், but he was doing something in that movie, and this thing always came to me, economic times. So finally this investment was advertised in economic times. Wow. Imagine that, me from being trying to be a cab driver to being in economic times was something
What a
amazing.
fantastic journey. For people out there, this episode, right, is going to really change and clear all the doubts. Because since the time I've come into this industry, there are a lot of people asking me, like, how do I get into it? I want to start a store. From even smaller town people, right, they keep asking me about, is it worth starting a store? And I don't have an answer, because I'm not the right person to answer. And that's one of the reasons why we invited you to this episode. From the first question until now, it's a beautiful journey. The way you've narrated from academically, starting your own, doing something else, moving back, it's a beautiful story, Manjunath. Thank you so much. We'll keep going. So many questions. Now, coming back to Pet Warehouse, 5 stores.
Yeah.
And what are the next plans? And now you have positioned yourself as the D-Mart and Decathlon for the pet stores. Now, what are the next things?
So next things, we're pitching it to a few more people. So
For investment?
For investment. And mainly what we want to do is we want to first capture the Bangalore market, because Bangalore being the pet capital of
You already
India.
have 5 stores in
We
Bangalore.
already have 5 stores. There is another potential for another 3 stores at least
In Bangalore.
in Bangalore. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So once we...
Isn't Bangalore a crowded place, because there's so many pet stores within this area?
Yes.
That's Koramangala.
But
Every store is at a stone throw away.
yes, so what differentiates us is, if you walk into our store, you will find every product that is available. You will find it at a very the most discounted price in the market. This has become an issue also. So if you lately we had a meeting with the pet. There is an association called Pet Shop Association, Pet Shop Owners Association. So they had called us saying that most of the pet stores are complaining that you're giving discounts. You're giving the maximum discounts. That's why people are not going to them, and they're coming to us. So these are some of the accusations we are having, saying for providing more discounts. But we've handled it. It is not, there is no rule as such saying that you have to give a certain discount on certain things. It is up to our capacity and our capabilities on what we can give, and this is how we are giving. So you can find every product. You will get it at a very discounted price. You'll find a clean. Whenever you walk in, you'll find a nice clean store. You will have, we've tried to hire as much as possible local staff, that is people in Bangalore. If we are opening in Bangalore, we want to have local people. So if you look at any of our stores, you won't find people who are looking foreign to you. They will speak your language. We have put that effort consciously because most of the people who want to walk into a store, they don't have to talk to you in English. So I've seen this problem. People who are normal, who don't understand English. My mom, for example, if she walks into a store, if somebody is questioning her in English, she will never go back to that store because she's not comfortable in that language. Nice. So this is a conscious effort that we have put in Pet Warehouse, that we want to have. If we go to another state, we want to employ that state people only. Wonderful. We don't want to. Right. This is what we want to do. So that's how we have repeat customers. People believe in us. People believe in our. Seeing most of our ratings, if you look at it, are over 4.7 ratings with over 1,000 reviews. So
on each store.
So I think we are doing good, and we are on a good path.
Fantastic. Wow. So how does the next 2 years look for Pet Warehouse? And here is another question. You mentioned about Chippy as a product, which you will cover it later. I know Chippy as your pet. Now tell me Chippy as your product and the next 2 years for Pet Warehouse.
Yeah. So Chippy, as I've told earlier, she's one of my most favorite pet. And she's the reason why I'm in this industry, right? So it is not something great I'm giving her name to it, or I'm not trying to, do something great to her. But it is for my own sake, I'm building a brand based on her. So the first thing that we have introduced is collars, leashes, and harness. That is already in market. It's received very well. We have sold on the first lot. We have sold 90% of the product, and we have reordered another lot. The second thing that we have done is shampoos. So we have 5 varieties of shampoos in it.
Dog shampoo and cat, or
dog and cat both. Dog and cat both shampoos we have. The third thing that we have introduced is treats. So we have, for dog, we have about 8 different varieties.
They are all on the shelf now?
Yes, they're on the shelf now. So the dog treats are on the shelf. The cat treats are being manufactured, so it should be there within the next 15 days in our shelves. So the cat treats. The next thing after that and the pipeline is kibbles that we want to do. And
so whom are you competing with these kind of?
See, we are not competing with anybody. This is not about competition, about that I want to compete treats with these people, leashes with these people, collars, leashes. It goes back to my basic thing about providing quality products at an affordable price. I don't want to compete with anybody saying that, oh, this segment I'm competing with these people, this segment I'm competing with this person. No. My view is I want to provide an affordable product in a good quality. That is what is my basic thing, and I'm sticking on to that. We're not competing with anybody.
5 stores, your own product, Chippy, and now tell me about Pet First Hospital.
Yeah, Pet First Hospital. So this journey started 3 years ago. There was a pet that landed up in my farm. There was a breeder who had abandoned it, and it ended up in my farm. So the day I saw her, from the day I've seen her, she was very unwell. So I took this pet, this dog. Her name was Maya. I've never named any other dog on her because of the agony I had to go through. So I took this pet to the hospital, and she was diagnosed with tick fever. And the unfortunate thing was she had been mated also.
During the tick fever?
During the tick fever. And she aborted. And the doctor said, you have to take her uterus out. I said, please take her, whatever you do, you have to do, you do. But I need the pet healthy, and she has to survive. That is the most important thing. So they did the operation. After a week, again, she went down very badly. Then I took her back to the vet. They said that you have to do a blood transfusion. During this time, there was a lot of medication given to her. A lot of medication. As a layman, what do? You believe and say, okay, do whatever, please save the pet. A lot of medication, a lot of expense. And they said in the final this thing, they said you have to do a blood transfusion. So I had to get my healthy pet. There is people who don't know, you can do blood transfusion on pets as well. So if you have a pet that is this thing, you can give 200 ml of blood to another pet. So I had to take another pet, give 200 ml of that pet's blood to her. And after the blood transfusion, I got her home from RT Nagar to Indira Nagar. It's about half an hour. She was okay in the car. She came to the house, she sat, and she passed away. In the house. So that was really a bad phase for me, because a pet passing away in your arms is very bad. So this is, after a few days, I started thinking, what happened? Why was she not saved? A human, so many complications they are surviving. Why this can't be saved? I had already paid about 1.5 lakh on vet bills, and the pet didn't survive. So
Is there a pet insurance? Was there a pet insurance back then?
See, even now, pet insurance is it's in a very early sunrise phase, I would say. Nobody knows how to use it. No doctor knows how to use it. No pet parent knows how to use it. So even if you have one, if you go to a pet hospital, they don't know how to claim it.
Okay.
There is no hospitals that have been tied up. So it is very, very early stage. So there is, at the moment, it is a very open space. People can work on it. If somebody can work on it, if Happy Pet can work on it, it will be a very good space to enter. So there was no pet insurance. Then I decided, no, this cannot be this thing, that is when I approached the most experienced doctor in Bangalore, Dr. Dheeraj. So he is about 40 years of vet experience. So I somehow convinced him, saying that we will open a hospital, which he's already running a hospital called Indira Pet Clinic. But I wanted a different kind of a thing where it is affordable and no unnecessary medications, and you do whatever it takes to save the pet. Is what my 3 things were. So this I pitched to him, and fortunately he agreed. And that's how our first hospital in Kalyan Nagar came up. It's a 24/7 hospital. And even now, every day we look, probably we see about 150 patients every day. In a span of 2 years, there are clinics that are there for the last 15 years that are seeing about 15 to 20 cases. In 2 years, we're seeing close to 150 cases every day. So we have a team of 6 doctors plus 1 surgeon, and about 12 support staff in Kalyan Nagar. It's a very busy hospital.
150 cases every day.
You have to go back and think, why do people come back to us? We are not prescribing unnecessary medicines. We are not trying to loot them. We are giving it at a very affordable, our services at a very affordable cost. And we are doing whatever it takes. You have experienced this, to save a pet.
I'm going to make a reel, an episode about it separately. Because your doctors didn't go home. Especially Swati doctor, that I should mention this in this episode. I have called her for an episode, and she's very camera shy. She doesn't want to come. You have to please convince her to come and sit here, because that's a story on its own. And Pet First Hospital saved my dog. Lorem had kidney challenges. But that was 1 month they kept my dog in their hospital, and thank you so much, Manju, for that.
Yeah, so that is these are the stories that we want to create, right? So this is what makes me, gets me motivated to do something similar. So this is how we opened our second hospital in Jayanagar.
Okay, how many centers do you have at Pet First?
So in Pet First we have 2 centers. Third center we are opening in Begur. And we have another very special thing. It's an app. It's called Pets First app. It is based on my observations in the last 3 years. What are the problems people are facing? Based on this, we built this app.
Fantastic. What does the app do?
So I'll tell you why we built it first. As I said, like during the initial days of Pets First, I used to stay in the hospital for a lot of time. The first thing I would see is people struggling to come to the hospital because most of them won't have a car of their own, and
To bring the
pet to the hospital, even for a vaccination, for a simple vaccination, and even the auto drivers, right? They refuse to take dogs sometimes, so they book it on Ola, and they'll say once they come and see the dog, they'll say no, I don't want to go. So this is a real problem that exists that I saw. The second thing is, once you do your first checkup, for the follow-up blood test, people, again, the same story. You have to get a sick pet, put them into a car, they're already sick, go through this traffic, come to the hospital, do another blood test and go back. And the third thing that I saw is simple things. My pet is vomiting, they get the whole pet simply to the hospital. So these are the main problems that I saw. So this is how we have countered them. So what we have done is, in this app, you can book a vaccination at your house. So for a small puppy, if you take a small puppy to the hospital, there are a lot of infectious diseases in the hospital that it can get. So this we are eliminating. The second thing, that whole journey of going to the hospital is eliminated. So we come to your house, we examine the pet, we do the vaccination at a cost that is lower than you coming to the hospital.
Doesn't it kill the purpose of your own hospital?
Yes. Again, going back to my own basic thing, I'm not here to do business. I'm here to solve a problem. Yes, it is. We are competing against us, but it is solving the end customer's problem, right? So that is what is my focus is. My focus is not, okay, how do I make money if I do this, if I do that. If I go into that stream, I don't think so I'll be successful. My thing is, I see this problem. Even you compete for yourself, you still have to provide a solution to the end client. So the pet parent is happy. They're sitting at their house. A professional comes to your house, administers a vaccine. That problem is sorted. The second thing, blood tests. We humans, we ourselves order blood tests at home because we're lazy or we're sick or whatever is the reason. A dog coming into a hospital is actually a trauma to a dog. You check with most of the pet parents or the doctors or the research they done. A pet going into a hospital is a trauma for a dog. So what we've done, we come to you, we draw the blood, we do your tests. If something is wrong, we will communicate it to you. If it is very urgent and emergency, or it's a disease that has to be addressed at the hospital, we will tell you that please get it to your hospital or to your nearest hospital wherever you live.
Is the app live in the App Store?
App is live in the App Store and in Google Play, both. And you can book the service through our website also. petsfirst.health.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah. The third thing is for the simple problems, like my pet is vomiting, my pet is not poop, my pet is not doing this, that. So you can do an online consultation.
Your same doctors working in the hospital,
yeah. You can do an online consultation.
Through the app.
And that problem also can be solved. So this is a real problem, a real thing that I have seen, and we've tried to provide a solution for it. And we've just launched it last week. We've already served about 25 customers.
In 1 week?
In 1 week. So we are happy for that. And we will be, if everything goes well, not only in Bangalore, we will, currently the service is only available in Bangalore. And if everything goes well, we will scale it to Pan-India. That's the plan.
What a fantastic story so far. With Pet Warehouse, 5 centers, and Chippy as a product, and Pet First as an hospital. Since the time I have entered this industry, everybody thinks this is a beautiful industry to explore and build an opportunity. Do you think it is overcrowded? And what is your opinion? What are the challenges that you see next?
See, it is overcrowded for sure. The reason is people with limited knowledge are trying to enter the market. So I've seen people who try to manufacture their own food and try to introduce into the market. It is not that simple. If you have to convert a pet parent to another food, it is not just like, okay, you're eating cake today, you eat puff tomorrow. It is not that. Your stomach may take it, but a dog's stomach is very sensitive.
Okay.
So they have been used to a food for a long time. So if they have to convert from that food to your food, it will not happen overnight.
Okay.
And it is not a simple process. So this knowledge is what is lacking with all the new people who are entering the market, and they want to get onto this bandwagon of the pet market is very lucrative. It is the growing market. It is this thing. I've seen a lot of people who have come and they have gone. Right? So challenge for me it is, are you solving the purpose of the end customer or not? You introducing another food or another treat or another thing, is it solving the customer's problem? If not, don't do it. The challenges what I see is, as I said, like I've already explained, the tech part of it, which has been taken care by Happy Pet. The second thing is the funding, which we're working on it. So it is not like simple thing that you go and talk to someone and they'll give you the money. So there is a lot of work that you have to do on the background. You have to provide them with a lot of information and convince them. They have to be willing. So this funding is the other thing. And the third thing is, what I am foreseeing is when we go and open another store in another city, how do I manage the logistics? So that is another thing that we're working on. So these are the few things that I'm seeing.
Super. And people predict that this industry is going to grow and people are going to adopt or get more pets home. What do you think about it? Is it real? Do you see that?
See, for sure this industry is going to grow. Okay, but if you think that because the industry is growing, I will try to be a part of it, it will not going to work. It's not going to work for sure. So if you provide real solutions to a client, a real solution to the industry, that is when you will survive. If you just think that the industry is growing, I'll be a part of it, it will not happen. That is what I feel. If there is a solution, if there is a problem, try to identify the problem and try to provide a solution for it. Pets will grow because, see, at the moment we have about 32 million pets in India. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The numbers everybody says different, but it's around that.
Yeah. Predominantly dogs.
Dogs, okay.
And 4 million cats, and the rest are dogs. They will breed for sure. So of course their population will increase.
Okay.
Either you buy, you adopt, somewhere it will be available. And for sure it will grow. The market is there. Market is there for growth, but try to provide a sustainable solution for them.
Wonderful.
Is what I feel. Don't try to look at it as a business. This is what I have tried to do. I have seen a problem. I've tried to identify the problem, and I've tried to, try to solve the problem in however small way I can.
I'll ask you one last question. Okay, I want an honest answer. With all the business, have you taken home any money?
No. I'm still investing back into the business.
Business.
I've not taken money back home. Still, my newsletter business is where my bread and butter is. That is what is putting food on the table. And in the pet industry, no, not yet.
Good answer. So, this is the end of this episode. Mr. Manjunath, you said I'm not good in front of camera,
yes.
And here you are. You narrated the entire story. And for people out there, whoever asked me about the pet stores, right, I've given Manjunath's contact on how do you start, where do you start, and all that. He's a fantastic person. Along with Manjunath, there's Kruti, who's the co-founder. Both help other people to answer all the questions. I hope this episode covers everything. If not, please leave anything in the comment, and I'll make sure I'll get in touch with these founders and answer all the questions. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, Anil. I think this is my first podcast, I would say, and I don't know. I'm very camera shy. I'm very bad at it. I'm hopefully it has come out and people can see and learn, or I don't know.
I think this episode I just let it be. Instead of interfering and asking too many questions, what I observed is you were just going with the flow. From the McDonald's, packing burgers, and you never imagine that you would come here and start all this stuff. I think I know most of the story, but for the first time we sat for 1.5 hours and I'm listening to your story. I think fantastic. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you like this episode, don't forget to support us, share it with your friends, and if you know someone else doing amazing work in the pet space, recommend them to us. We'd love to bring their story to you. Until next time, stay happy and keep loving your pets.